I am here to discuss the so-called flying saucers. The Air Force interest in this problem has been due to our feeling of an obligation to identify and analyze to the best of our ability anything in the air that may have the possibility of threat or menace to the United States.
The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist.
This world was being watched closely by intelligences greater than man's. Across an immense ethereal gulf, minds that are to our minds as our minds are to the beasts in the jungle. Intellects, vast, cool, and unsympathetic, regarded this earth with envious eyes. And surely drew their plans against us.
Some believe a sinister plan is unfolding in the shadows, orchestrated by the very institutions claiming to protect us. A plan to manipulate your thoughts, control your beliefs, and usher in a terrifying new world order. They call it Project Bluebeam. And tonight, we expose the truth. But first, we need to head back to the 1950s to truly understand the master plan.
The 1950s. America was gripped by Cold War paranoia, and a new fear was taking hold. Unidentified flying objects. Sightings were multiplying, from rural farmlands to bustling cities. The Air Force, facing mounting public pressure, launched Project Blue Book. Officially, Blue Book aimed to determine if UFOs posed a threat to national security. Teams of investigators, scientists, and intelligence officers meticulously analyzed every report, every photograph, every piece of alleged evidence. Most sightings were easily explained. Weather balloons, misidentified aircraft, even the planet Venus. But some defied explanation. Despite some intriguing cases, Blue Book officially concluded that no UFO sighting offered proof of extraterrestrial activity. But whispers of a cover-up persisted, with the most compelling cases being hidden from the public. As the space race heated up, the government grew increasingly concerned about public panic. What if the Soviets were behind these advanced technologies? Or worse, what if the Earth was truly being visited by beings beyond our comprehension? The fear of the unknown was a powerful weapon, and the government knew it. They needed a way to control the narrative, to reassure the public. From the ashes of Project Blue Book, a new, more covert operation emerged: Project Bluebeam. Its goal: to manipulate public perception, to use technology and misinformation to quell the growing unrest. The first stage, the theorists claim, involves a calculated assault on the world's religious infrastructure, not with bombs or missiles, but with something far more insidious: engineered earthquakes. Imagine tectonic weapons capable of generating seismic events with pinpoint accuracy. St. Peter's Basilica crumbles in Rome, the Golden Temple in Amritsar collapses, the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem shatters. These aren't random acts of nature, but carefully orchestrated attacks designed to sow doubt and despair. But the destruction is just the beginning. As the dust settles, a new wave of discoveries emerges. Archaeological sites, conveniently unearthed by the very earthquakes that caused such devastation, reveal evidence that challenges the core tenets of major religions. Ancient texts, conveniently found, rewrite history, casting doubt on the origins of faith and the very existence of God. The goal: to erode the foundations of belief, to leave the masses vulnerable to a new, technologically driven narrative. A narrative controlled by those who hold the reins of power. those who orchestrated the chaos in the first place. The stage is set, the global psyche primed for the next act in this elaborate drama, an alien invasion. But this is no ordinary invasion. It's a meticulously orchestrated event, a grand deception designed to usher in a new world order. And the groundwork for this deception has been laid for decades. As far back as 1938, Orson Welles' infamous War of the Worlds radio broadcast demonstrated the power of media to manipulate public perception and create mass panic. The Cold War further fueled anxieties about external threats, with governments and media outlets routinely using fear and propaganda to maintain control. Today, that same playbook is being used to prepare the world for a staged alien invasion. Think tanks and government agencies have conducted extensive research into psychological operations and social engineering. Documents like Report from Iron Mountain, though controversial, reveal the extent to which powerful entities have contemplated using fabricated external threats to achieve their goals. The alien invasion, when it finally occurs, will be a technological marvel, a spectacle designed to overwhelm the senses and suspend disbelief. Just as Project Blue Beam, a theory popularized by Serge Monast, predicted, advanced holographic technology will be used to simulate celestial events and create the illusion of alien spacecraft. The aliens, or rather the actors playing the role of aliens, will deliver a message of peace and cooperation, offering solutions to humanity's problems in exchange for global unity and submission. This echoes the narrative presented in countless science fiction films, from The Day the Earth Stood Still to Arrival, subtly conditioning the public to accept such a scenario. While the world is distracted by the spectacle of fake alien invasions and holographic displays, a more subtle form of manipulation is taking place. This is step 3 of the plan, the infiltration and subversion of belief systems. Established religions and spiritual practices are targeted, their core teachings subtly distorted and reinterpreted. Charismatic leaders emerge, preaching a message of universal love and unity, but with a hidden agenda. They promote a watered-down spirituality, stripped of its moral framework and critical thinking, making it easier to control the masses. Ancient wisdom and esoteric knowledge are repackaged and commercialized, sold as quick fixes for personal problems and spiritual enlightenment. The focus shifts from self-discipline and inner transformation to material wealth and instant gratification. This creates a population that is spiritually hungry but easily swayed by superficial teachings and empty promises. The rise of the New Age movement, with its emphasis on personal empowerment and the law of attraction, plays a key role in this process. While seemingly harmless, these beliefs can be easily exploited to promote conformity and discourage dissent. Individuals are taught that they are responsible for their own reality, and that any negativity or criticism is a manifestation of their own flawed thinking. As the world becomes increasingly polarized and chaotic, the need for spiritual guidance and meaning grows stronger. But the very institutions that once provided these things have been infiltrated and corrupted, leaving the masses vulnerable to manipulation and control. Under the guise of national security and public safety, governments around the world have been investing heavily in surveillance infrastructure. Advanced facial recognition technology, biometric data collection, and AI-powered analytics are being deployed to track the movements and monitor the behavior of individuals. Social media platforms, once hailed as tools of empowerment, have become powerful surveillance tools. Every post, like, and comment is meticulously recorded and analyzed, revealing personal preferences, political leanings, and even intimate details about one's life. The data collected through these surveillance systems is fed into powerful AI algorithms, which can predict individual behavior, identify potential threats, and manipulate public opinion. This allows the controllers to shape the narrative, suppress dissent, and maintain control over the population. As the surveillance network expands, so too does the erosion of privacy and individual liberty. People are constantly monitored, their every move tracked and recorded. The fear of being watched and judged creates a climate of self-censorship and conformity. In this Orwellian nightmare, the line between the digital and physical worlds blurs. The virtual realm becomes a tool for social engineering, a means of manipulating thoughts and emotions. The goal is to create a docile and compliant population, one that is easily controlled and easily exploited. The endgame is a world where human autonomy is a distant memory, replaced by a technocratic dictatorship that masquerades as a benevolent global government. A world where the individual is nothing and the collective will of the machine is everything.
Imagine a world where the government possesses alien spaceships and even bodies from beyond the stars. That's the wild claim made by David Grusch, a former intelligence officer with a serious resume. He served in the Air Force, worked for the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, and even the National Reconnaissance Office. Now he's saying the government has been hiding a decades-long operation to recover and study crashed UFOs and their pilots.
How many crash retrieval incidents have there been?
It is double-digit. The specific numbers I do know, however, I can't discuss that.
Grusch says this program involves multiple government agencies and private companies, all working together in secret. They'd be recovering both intact alien vehicles and wreckage from crashes. If this is true, it means the government has had proof of extraterrestrial life for a long time, but has kept it all under wraps.
It is a reverse engineering program to garner some kind of insight.
Think about it, intact alien spacecraft. Imagine the technology they could hold. We could learn about advanced propulsion, materials science, and way more than we even know exists. Even the wreckage would be a treasure trove of information about how these crafts work. And it gets even more interesting. Grusch claims defense contractors are involved too. These companies often have the top-notch facilities and expertise needed to analyze and even try to understand how these alien technologies work. It all paints a picture of a joint effort between the military, intelligence agencies, and private companies, all working together to unlock the secrets of extraterrestrial technology. Pretty mind-blowing stuff, right? Okay, so we talked about the bombshell claims that the government might be hiding alien spaceships and even bodies from beyond the stars. But if all that technology is real, what would it mean for us mere Earthlings? Buckle up, because things are about to get even more mind-bending. Imagine spaceships that can cheat the speed of light or even bend gravity itself. That's the kind of stuff whistleblowers like David Grusch are talking about. This could completely redefine space exploration, making it possible to visit distant galaxies in a fraction of the time it takes now. The possibilities for scientific discovery and understanding the universe would be mind-boggling. But it's not just spaceships. The materials used in these crafts could be unlike anything we've ever seen, potentially stronger, lighter, and even able to withstand the inferno of a star. This could revolutionize all sorts of industries, from building lighter and safer airplanes to creating next-generation medical equipment that could withstand extreme environments. Imagine the incredible advancements in fields like transportation, construction, and even everyday consumer goods. Then there's the whole energy question. If aliens have cracked the code on unknown energy sources, like harnessing the free energy from the universe itself, it could be a game changer. We could ditch fossil fuels and switch to clean, renewable energy sources practically overnight. This would not only have a profound impact on the environment, but could also usher in a new era of global cooperation and energy independence. Now, the idea of alien weapons is a bit scary. We wouldn't want any hostile forces getting their hands on super-powered ray guns, right? But there's another side to the coin. If we had advanced defensive technology, it could actually deter potential aggressors and promote peace through superior defensive capabilities. Imagine a world where the threat of large-scale conflict is significantly reduced because no one wants to mess with a civilization wielding unimaginable technology. So, whether these claims are true or not, one thing's for sure: the potential implications are staggering. They could rewrite the course of human history in ways we can't even begin to imagine. It could usher in a new era of scientific discovery, technological advancement, and even global peace. But it's important to remember that these are just hypothetical scenarios based on unconfirmed claims. However, they do serve as a thought-provoking reminder of the vast potential that lies beyond our current understanding of the universe. We delved into the claims of whistleblowers like Bob Lazar and David Grusch, who allege the government is hiding alien spaceships and technology. Now let's zoom in on Lazar's specific story, which is filled with mind-bending ideas and controversy.
I did get a chance to look inside the craft on only one occasion, and this was important because where the reactor sat might have been critical to how it operated.
One of Lazar's central claims is gravity wave propulsion, a concept suggesting these alien spacecraft could manipulate the fabric of space and time itself for movement. Imagine them creating a bubble of warped space, allowing them to travel at phenomenal speeds, perhaps even exceeding the speed of light. Lazar went a step further, elaborating on how this propulsion system supposedly works. He introduced a special element, element 115, which he claimed was the key ingredient. According to him, this element, when stimulated with protons, could generate an incredibly strong gravitational field that could then be harnessed for propulsion. It also allegedly functioned as a limitless energy source for the entire spacecraft. Now here's where things get complicated. Scientists haven't found any evidence to support Lazar's claims. The element he described, element 115, actually exists and is now called moscovium. But it bears no resemblance to what Lazar described. Real moscovium is highly unstable and wouldn't be capable of the feats Lazar attributed to element 115. Adding to the skepticism, scientists have pointed out inconsistencies between Lazar's explanations and established principles of physics and materials science. Additionally, the absence of publicly available proof or demonstrable prototypes of the technology fuels further doubt. Another significant aspect of Lazar's story is the alleged government cover-up. He claims the government went to extraordinary lengths to conceal this extraterrestrial technology, from implementing stringent security clearances to supposedly harassing him after he went public. While some individuals believe him, others point to discrepancies in his background that raise questions about his credibility. So where do we stand? The truth is, we simply don't know. While Lazar's claims are undoubtedly intriguing, the lack of scientific evidence leaves them shrouded in mystery. Decades apart, two names have emerged, Bob Lazar and David Grusch, and their stories share some striking similarities that raise some mind-boggling questions. Let's rewind to the 1980s. Bob Lazar bursts onto the scene, claiming he wasn't just tinkering with gadgets in his garage. He was reverse engineering alien spacecraft at a secret facility near Area 51.
You used to work at Area 51.
Well, you know, we want to be accurate.
Okay.
Area S4.
S4, okay.
It's about 15 miles south of Area 51.
According to Lazar, these spacecraft defied the laws of physics as we know them, using anti-gravity propulsion fueled by an element unknown to science, which he called element 115. Fast forward to the present day, and we have David Grusch, a former intelligence officer with a distinguished military background, making waves with his own set of extraordinary claims. Grusch alleges that the US government, through various agencies and in collaboration with defense contractors, has been actively involved in the retrieval and analysis of crashed extraterrestrial vehicles and even biological remains. These crafts, he says, possess technology and materials far surpassing anything humanity has ever seen. If these claims were true, the implications would be nothing short of mind-blowing. It wouldn't just confirm the existence of extraterrestrial life, but also suggest that we've been secretly studying their incredibly advanced technology for decades. Imagine spaceships defying gravity, materials stronger than diamond, and who knows what other scientific breakthroughs waiting to be unlocked. Both Lazar and Grusch paint a picture of a government working tirelessly to keep this information under wraps. They describe a web of secrecy, with stringent security measures, compartmentalized information, and alleged attempts to silence anyone who dares to speak up. Their reasoning: national security concerns and the desire to maintain a technological edge over other countries. Now, it's important to acknowledge that these are extraordinary claims, and extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Lazar's story, while captivating, has been met with skepticism due to the lack of verifiable evidence and inconsistencies in his background. However, he has remained a central figure in UFO enthusiast circles, inspiring countless documentaries and discussions. Grusch, on the other hand, comes with a background in intelligence and the military, which might lend his claims a different level of credibility. However, like Lazar, he faces challenges in providing concrete evidence that can be publicly verified. Bob Lazar has been a fascinating figure in the realm of ufology and conspiracy theories for decades, captivating the public with his claims of working on alien technology at a secret site near Area 51.
You used to work at Area 51.
Well, we want to be accurate.
Okay.
Area S4.
Lazar's narrative is particularly intriguing due to his assertion of holding degrees in physics and electronic technology from the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology and the California Institute of Technology, also known as Caltech. These academic credentials are crucial to his story, as they would, in theory, make him more than qualified to work on the advanced projects he described. However, Lazar's educational claims have been met with skepticism, as no records of his attendance or graduation from these institutions have been found.
Again, I forgot where the hell I am.
This lack of evidence, including the absence of any corroborating accounts from classmates or professors, has led many to question the authenticity of his educational background. Further scrutiny of Lazar's academic history suggests he might have pursued education at a junior college or taken electronics courses elsewhere. While commendable, these alternative educational paths would not typically qualify someone for the types of roles Lazar claims to have held, particularly those involving reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. Lazar's most famous claim centers around his alleged employment at S4, a supposed secretive site near Area 51. He describes S4 as a facility embedded in a mountainside containing extraterrestrial spacecrafts. According to Lazar, his work focused on understanding and replicating the craft's advanced propulsion technologies, which he claims were powered by element 115, also known as moscovium, a then unknown element. Despite the detailed nature of Lazar's descriptions, the US government and military have consistently denied the existence of a facility like S4 and any employment of Lazar in projects involving extraterrestrial technology. The lack of verifiable evidence supporting Lazar's employment or the existence of the technologies he describes has been a significant obstacle in validating his claims. The skepticism surrounding Lazar's narrative is compounded by the absence of evidence confirming his educational background. Without concrete proof, Lazar's extraordinary assertions remain a subject of debate, leaving his credibility in question among critics and supporters alike. In the enigmatic world of Bob Lazar and his allegations about Area 51, there's a detail that continues to intrigue both skeptics and believers. Lazar's description of a unique hand scanner used for security at the S4 facility. This isn't your ordinary biometric device that we're accustomed to today, such as fingerprint or retina scanners. According to Lazar, this scanner was far more sophisticated, focusing on the bones within the hand through a series of light emissions. It's a compelling aspect of his story, especially considering the emergence of photographic evidence years later that corroborated the existence of similar technology used in classified environments. Now, in order to gain entrance to the facility, Bob Lazar depicted this security device as utilizing pins of light to measure the bone length and other unique characteristics beneath the skin of the hand. This method of identification is intriguing because it leverages the distinctiveness of an individual's hand bone structure, which, much like fingerprints, offers a highly unique identifier. The scanner operated by emitting narrow beams of light onto the hand, with these beams penetrating the skin to interact differently with the bones beneath. This interaction allowed the device to map the hand's bone structure, creating a detailed biometric profile based on bone lengths and spatial relationships. The critical piece of evidence supporting Lazar's claim came to light when photographs and documents of a device known as the Identimat surfaced. This device, used in sensitive locations including government and military facilities, functioned in a remarkably similar manner to Lazar's descriptions. It measured hand characteristics using light beams, focusing on the bone structure for identification purposes. The Identimat's emergence, a technology developed in the 1970s and deployed in high-security areas, provided a tangible piece of evidence that Lazar might have been familiar with the security measures of highly classified environments. The discovery of the Identimat technology was a pivotal moment for those following Lazar's story. It suggested that Lazar had detailed knowledge of the security practices within government facilities, which for some added a layer of credibility to his other claims. This point is particularly interesting when considering the broader context of Lazar's narrative and the skepticism surrounding his educational and employment history. The hand scanner's description and the subsequent validation through the Identimat's discovery showcase how specific details in Lazar's story have found support, reigniting debates about the veracity of his claims regarding Area 51 and his work on extraterrestrial technology. Among the many fascinating claims Bob Lazar has made regarding his alleged work on extraterrestrial technology near Area 51, one of the lesser-known, yet thought-provoking assertions involves the origins of religion. According to Lazar, during his tenure at the S4 site, he was privy to briefing documents that offered an unconventional perspective on human history, particularly concerning how early human religious beliefs might have been shaped by extraterrestrial encounters. Lazar's claim dives into the possibility that extraterrestrial beings interacted with early humans who might have perceived these advanced visitors as divine or supernatural entities. This, he suggests, influenced the nascent stages of religious development, embedding the presence and actions of these beings into the very foundation of emerging religious practices and mythologies. The documents purportedly provided a reinterpretation of historical religious events, hinting that accounts deemed divine or miraculous in ancient texts could, in fact, be descriptions of encounters with advanced extraterrestrial technology and beings. The profound implication here is that many foundational religious doctrines might stem from humanity's misinterpretations of these extraterrestrial interactions. However, as with many of Lazar's claims, this intriguing narrative has been met with considerable skepticism. Critics argue that the absence of physical evidence and the inability to independently verify the existence of such documents significantly undermines the credibility of these assertions. Additionally, the notion that the rich tapestry of Earth's diverse religious traditions could all trace back to a single extraterrestrial origin is seen by many scholars and theologians as an oversimplification of the complex and multifaceted history of religious evolution. This claim about extraterrestrial influence on the origins of religion adds yet another layer to the already complex and controversial story of Bob Lazar. If Bob Lazar is right about all of this, does this mean aliens have been in contact with Earth for thousands of years? Bob Lazar's story takes a deep dive into the realm of science fiction with his claims about UFO technology and Element 115. According to Lazar, the secret S4 facility near Area 51 housed extraterrestrial spacecraft powered by technology that was not just beyond human capabilities at the time, but also seemed to challenge the very laws of physics as we understand them. At the heart of these spacecraft was Element 115, an element that, according to Lazar, was the key to unlocking their mind-boggling capabilities. Before it was officially recognized and named Moscovium in 2003, Element 115, as Lazar described it, possessed properties that differed significantly from the scientific community's understanding. He claimed this element could produce a gravitational field when bombarded with protons, leading to a reaction that could generate an anti-gravity field around the craft. This description paints a picture of a clean and highly efficient energy source, capable of propelling the spacecraft across vast distances by bending space-time. The propulsion mechanism, as Lazar detailed, revolved around anti-gravity technology, allowing the crafts to manipulate space-time around them. This technology purportedly reduced the craft's mass to nearly zero, enabling instantaneous travel across space. Lazar's explanation of gravity wave amplification as the method by which these UFOs operated suggests a technology capable of pulling the craft forward by generating a wave ahead of it, thus falling towards its destination at incredible speeds. Lazar also described the interior layout of these crafts, which was fundamentally designed to support this advanced propulsion system. The control systems were integrated with the gravitational drive, facilitating what one can only imagine as seamless navigation and operation. The theoretical capabilities for travel that Lazar outlined are nothing short of revolutionary, suggesting that interstellar journeys could be undertaken in fractions of the time required by traditional propulsion methods, essentially making the vastness of space navigable within human lifetimes. The narrative Bob Lazar presents is a compelling blend of mystery and technological marvel, offering a glimpse into what could be if his accounts hold any truth. The stories of Element 115 and the propulsion technologies of UFOs as described by Lazar continue to fuel discussions and debates on the possibilities of space travel and the existence of extraterrestrial technology on Earth.
Antarctica's endless expanse of ice, no roads, no life, not even a whisper of warmth. For generations, we've searched the distant stars for answers, never suspecting that what we seek might already be here, hiding in these frozen wastes. What if unseen entities lie beneath this ancient ice, quietly watching us from a place we cannot reach? The notion is at once unthinkable and terrifying. Could the truth be lurking closer than we've ever dared imagine? What if we have visitors hiding in the remote places of Earth? Or what if we humans are the real visitors? This journey begins in Antarctica, a continent defined by ice, wind, and silence. Its vast emptiness stretches for thousands of miles, with no roads, no cities, and few human eyes. Nearly all who travel there come for science, guided by international treaties that preserve its pristine isolation. But decades ago, whispers emerged about a secret mission led by a man known as Admiral Jonathan Byrds, a naval officer who reportedly ventured beneath the ancient ice. His team detected unusual electromagnetic readings deep under the frozen crust, and if the rumors are true, they discovered more than geological anomalies. They found structures not made by human hands and encountered beings with an unsettling interest in Earth's environment. Did these entities choose Antarctica because of its stringent treaties and natural barriers? Does the ice serve as a shield, a perfect cover for extraterrestrial visitors intent on studying us without interference? If Antarctica proves too forbidding for most, consider another realm even less understood: our oceans. Covering over 70% of our planet, these waters descend into darkness, concealing landscapes we've barely explored. Certain sightings suggest these depths might harbor more than marine life. In 2004, 2 US Navy pilots engaged with a tic-tac-shaped object off the California coast. The craft moved in ways that defied terrestrial physics, maneuvering effortlessly at extreme speeds. Radar records confirmed it, and witnesses described how it seemed at home, hovering above the sea's surface. Was it merely passing through? Or could it have emerged from below, where layers of water deflect prying instruments and mask steady observation? If intelligent life is there, how have we failed to detect it? And are they using our oceans as a clandestine domain to monitor our evolution? Governments have not been blind to these mysteries. In recent years, officials have begun acknowledging unidentified aerial phenomena, some slipping in and out of the water without any visible means of propulsion. The Pentagon has released reports hinting at technologies that surpass human ingenuity. Investigators like Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick of the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office have testified to Congress about objects moving with unimaginable velocity. If these revelations are part of a careful disclosure, what else do those in power know? Could it be that multiple nations have worked quietly to contain and study what lurks beneath ice and waves, ensuring that the public remains uninformed until the time is right? From the bitter cold of Antarctica's hidden valleys to the immense blackness of our ocean's depths, a pattern emerges. The most inaccessible parts of Earth may be providing refuge. But are these the only sanctuaries chosen by alien minds? Consider remote military installations, rumored underground laboratories, and fortified bunkers secreted away in hostile terrains. Places like Area 51 in Nevada have long been the subject of speculation and conspiracy. Some claim that the wreckage from mysterious crashes, including alleged extraterrestrial craft, was spirited away to these clandestine facilities. Over the years, whistleblowers, leaked documents, and cryptic statements have suggested that deep beneath layers of bureaucracy, guarded by advanced security systems, governments might be conducting research on entities and artifacts not of this world. Why hide underground, where no sunlight reaches and every resource must be painstakingly transported? The advantage is absolute control. Far from public scrutiny, scientists and military personnel could experiment, communicate, or negotiate with alien visitors. For all we know, governments might be brokering agreements or deciphering advanced technologies far beyond what we can imagine. By controlling access so completely, they can study these beings in secrecy. In recent times, the cracks in the official silence have grown wider. multiple nations have taken small but significant steps toward transparency. The release of once classified footage of unidentified craft, the mounting testimonies of pilots and radar operators, and the willingness of some officials to concede that we lack explanations for these encounters all hint at a changing tide. We have seen patterns. Antarctica provides isolation behind a formidable natural barrier of ice. Oceans hide unimaginable depths cloaked in perpetual night, and secret government complexes confound attempts at open scrutiny. These three domains, frozen continents, vast oceans, and concealed facilities, share a common trait: inaccessibility. Each is challenging to explore, guarded by immense logistical hurdles. But scientists may have just pulled back the curtain, combining satellite data, oceanic surveys, and newly declassified documents to close in on a crucial truth. Remote sensing technology has detected anomalies beneath polar ice. Sonar mapping has revealed strange formations deep below the sea, and investigative journalism has uncovered new evidence pointing to secret installations built for purposes never disclosed. Through these converging lines of inquiry, researchers have begun to paint a picture that is both incredible and unsettling. Extraterrestrial beings may occupy multiple strongholds on Earth simultaneously. Rather than settling on a single hidden base, they seem to have diversified, selecting the most remote arenas our planet offers. This strategy ensures that if one location becomes compromised, others remain secure. Now we stand at a threshold. The silence that once enshrouded these mysteries has weakened. Public awareness has grown, fueled by official confirmations that something unusual is happening in our skies and seas. As we connect the dots, it becomes ever clearer that the question is no longer if aliens have found refuge here, but how long they've been present and how much longer their existence can be concealed. We must ask, is their presence benign, an intricate study of our species, or might they harbor intentions we cannot fathom?
Bob Lazar's tale reads like a page ripped from a science fiction novel, yet it's a narrative he's presented as his own real-life experience, captivating those intrigued by the mysteries of ufology for years. Imagine a young scientist, previously working on a classified particle accelerator project at Los Alamos National Laboratory, catching the eye of military contractors. This isn't the plot of a movie. It's how Lazar describes the beginning of his journey into the depths of one of the most secretive projects related to extraterrestrial technology.
I did get a chance to look inside the craft on only one occasion, and this was important because where the reactor sat might have been critical to how it operated.
Lazar claims he was whisked away to work at a site known as S4, a place so shrouded in mystery it could easily be mistaken for a mirage in the Nevada desert, just a stone's throw from the infamous Area 51.
You used to work at Area 51.
Well, you know, we want to be accurate.
Okay.
Area S4.
S4, okay.
It's about 15 miles south of Area 51.
According to him, S4 was ingeniously camouflaged against the desert backdrop, designed to be invisible to the untrained eye and to keep prying eyes at bay. The security at S4, as Lazar recounts, was nothing short of what you'd expect for a facility rumored to house the secrets of the universe. Armed guards, surveillance cameras at every turn, and an advanced security system that could read the very bones in your hand. It was clear that whatever was being hidden here was of paramount importance. Lazar paints a picture of a work environment governed by the principle of need to know, where information was doled out sparingly, ensuring that the secrets of S4 remained just that, secrets.
Did you ask any questions about
No,
that?
there's no asking questions.
There's no asking questions.
No.
At the heart of Lazar's extraordinary claims are his alleged encounters with 9 different extraterrestrial spacecraft, each with its own unique design and capabilities. Among these, the Sport model stands out, a disc-shaped craft that seems to leap from the pages of a 1950s sci-fi magazine.
There were 3 seats. They sat around, the reactor was in the dead center of it, and then equidistant around there were 3 seats. And that's all.
He describes being part of a team tasked with reverse engineering the propulsion systems of these crafts, systems that defied all known laws of physics.
Look, everyone doesn't necessarily start at a steam engine
Right.
and go to an internal combustion engine, and then, electric power, nuclear power, and go up the ladder that we came on.
Central to these propulsion systems, Lazar claims, was element 115, a substance not even recognized by science at the time of his disclosures, but later added to the periodic table as moscovium. This element, according to Lazar, was the key to unlocking anti-gravity propulsion, allowing these crafts to perform maneuvers that would be impossible for any human-made machine. Lazar provides vivid descriptions of the craft's interiors, specifically the sport model, which was equipped with a central reactor and 3 gravity amplifiers. These components, he says, could manipulate gravitational waves, allowing the craft to bend space-time and travel at unimaginable speeds. It's a concept that, if true, would revolutionize our understanding of travel and propulsion. In 1989, Lazar decided to bring his story to the public, sharing his experiences in interviews that would ignite a firestorm of debate and speculation. His claims were met with skepticism, as many questioned the veracity of his education, employment background, and the feasibility of the technologies he described. In 1989, Bob Lazar did something that would forever change the landscape of ufology and how the world views the secretive military base known as Area 51.
How would you describe it?
I guess within the Area 51 compound, you can call that a subset of Area 51.
With a mixture of concern and a sense of duty, Lazar stepped into the spotlight on Las Vegas television, guided by investigative reporter George Knapp. He wasn't seeking fame. Instead, he was driven by a belief that the public had the right to know about the advanced technology he claimed was being concealed by the government. His revelations opened a Pandora's box, challenging us to question the boundaries of our knowledge and what mysteries the government might be keeping from us. However, Lazar's extraordinary tales were met with a healthy dose of skepticism. Critics were quick to point out the inconsistencies in his narrative, the apparent absence of evidence to back his claims, and the puzzling gaps in his academic and professional history. These controversies have swirled around Lazar, casting shadows of doubt on his credibility.
Again, I forgot where the hell I am.
Yet, despite the skepticism, Lazar's story has ignited a global conversation, thrusting Area 51 from the shadows of obscurity into the glaring light of public curiosity. Lazar's impact on the cultural zeitgeist cannot be understated. His allegations have fueled the imagination of millions, leading to an explosion of documentaries, books, and heated debates. Area 51, once just another top-secret military site, is now synonymous with alien technology and cover-ups, thanks in no small part to Lazar. His claims have kept the conversation about UFOs and the potential for alien contact alive, engaging a new generation of seekers and skeptics alike. The debate over Lazar's credibility continues to rage, with opinions sharply divided. Yet, regardless of where one stands on the issue, it's clear that his narrative has significantly shaped the discourse on extraterrestrial technology and government transparency. Bob Lazar's tales of his time working on alien spacecraft give us a peek into what sounds like the set of a sci-fi movie, especially when he talks about the sport model UFO. Picture this, a sleek, disc-shaped craft that seems to have leaped right out of the pages of a UFO conspiracy theory into reality. Lazar says this design isn't just for show, it's about aerodynamic efficiency. Imagine a vehicle that glides through space, air, and maybe even water with the greatest of ease. Its disc shape cutting down on resistance and allowing it to zip in any direction it pleases. It's the ultimate in alien engineering, blending the iconic look we've all come to associate with flying saucers with practical design features that make interstellar travel a breeze. But let's get down to specifics. According to Lazar, the sport model isn't some behemoth mothership.
What is roughly the size of this thing?
We came up with 52 feet in diameter.
This compact size hints at a craft designed for nimbleness, perhaps used for quick trips across the cosmos rather than carrying loads of extraterrestrial passengers. And it's not just any old material making up the exterior of this UFO.
There are no, first of all, everything is one color. It's like a dark pewter color, and there are no right angles anywhere.
Lazar describes it as a smooth metallic surface, suggesting it's built to survive the harsh conditions of space travel. From withstanding the bombardment of cosmic radiation to shrugging off the impact of micrometeorites, this material, whatever it is, Sounds like it's pretty tough stuff. Lazar even hints that it might be some kind of unknown alloy or advanced metamaterial, specially chosen for its propulsion and stealth capabilities. Diving into Bob Lazar's account of the sport model UFO, he paints a picture of an alien craft that's as intriguing on the inside as it is on the outside. According to Lazar, this isn't just a flying disc, it's a marvel of extraterrestrial architecture cleverly divided into 3 levels, each with a distinct purpose. It's like the designers, whoever or whatever they might be, took a page out of human engineering books but then added a twist that's out of this world. Starting at the bottom, the lower level of the craft is where all the magic happens, so to speak. Here lies the heart of the UFO's propulsion system, equipped with 3 gravity amplifiers and their waveguides. These aren't your average engine parts. They're the components that supposedly allow the craft to bend gravity to its will, making it possible to zip across the cosmos with ease. The strategic placement of these amplifiers at the craft's base is a thoughtful touch, ensuring stability and a smooth distribution of gravitational energy. Moving up to the middle deck, we find the crew's quarters. Given the UFO's overall dimensions, space here is at a premium, designed for occupants a bit smaller than your average human. This level likely packs in the essentials for life support and day-to-day operations, although Lazar leaves us guessing on the specifics of how these systems cater to the needs of its non-human users. It's a compact, efficient layout that makes you wonder about the daily lives of its extraterrestrial crew. At the top, the craft features a control hub that sounds like something straight out of a science fiction saga. The navigation and control systems here are said to be unlike anything we're familiar with, possibly incorporating holographic displays or even direct neural connections for piloting the craft. It suggests a level of technology and user interface design that humanity can only dream of, tailored for beings with physical traits quite different from our own. Lazar also notes an astonishing detail about the UFO's construction. There are no visible seams, rivets, or any signs of how it was put together. It's as if the entire craft was manufactured in one piece, hinting at a process that could involve molecular-level precision or materials that self-assemble. The overall design, with its disc shape and thoughtful distribution of internal systems, speaks to a philosophy where adaptability and efficiency are paramount, ensuring the craft can handle whatever the universe throws its way. Central to his eye-opening claims is the propulsion system of these alien crafts, powered by something straight out of a sci-fi novel, Element 115, or Moscovium, as it's known today. Back when Lazar first shared his experiences, Moscovium was a mere hypothesis, absent from the periodic table and unfathomable to mainstream science. Yet, according to him, this element was the key to unlocking gravity-defying travel across the cosmos. Lazar's description of using Element 115 sounds like alchemy of the future. He talks about a stable isotope of this element, undiscovered and unproduced on Earth, that could harness immense energy through an antimatter reaction. We're talking about converting tiny amounts of material into vast amounts of power, enough to fuel the craft's journey through the stars. This process, according to Lazar, could generate gravitational fields, propelling the spacecraft in ways that defy our current understanding of physics. But how exactly does this craft move? Enter the gravity amplifiers. Lazar describes these as the linchpins of the spacecraft's navigation, capable of bending gravity to the craft's will. With 3 of these amplifiers on board, the craft could maneuver with unparalleled agility, hovering, taking off vertically, and gliding in any direction as if the laws of motion were mere suggestions. This isn't just about speeding through space, it's about reshaping the fabric of reality to move from point A to point B. The implications of such technology are staggering, offering a glimpse into a mode of travel that could take us to the stars and beyond without breaking a sweat. Lazar's accounts, whether you choose to believe them or not, ignite the imagination and challenge us to consider the possibilities that might lie just beyond the edge of our current scientific understanding.
Imagine a world where the deepest mysteries aren't in the stars above, but in the uncharted depths below. Could it be that while we've been gazing into the cosmos, the real secrets have been hiding beneath the waves? Recent events have ignited a startling question. Are aliens hiding in our oceans? In November 2024, the Pentagon released a report that profoundly shook the foundations of our understanding of the unknown. This unprecedented document included hundreds of new accounts of unidentified and unexplained aerial phenomena. But here's the twist. Many of these sightings didn't just occur in our skies. They emerged from the depths of our oceans. Witnesses reported objects moving underwater at speeds exceeding 500 knots, which is approximately 575 miles per hour, a velocity far surpassing that of any known human-made submarine, which typically maxes out around 50 knots. These objects performed maneuvers that defied our laws of physics, such as instantaneous acceleration from complete stillness to top speed in mere seconds, abrupt 180-degree turns without any apparent means of propulsion, and the ability to dive to depths exceeding 10,000 feet within moments. Such rapid movements and extreme agility challenge the fundamental principles of fluid dynamics and inertia, making these sightings not only baffling, but also seemingly impossible with current technology. What are these mysterious entities, and where do they come from? During a congressional hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena in July 2023, military personnel provided detailed accounts of these underwater encounters.
I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program.
Witnesses reported observing orbs among groups of unidentified vessels off the US East Coast. Some of these orbs came into close contact with military ships, raising alarms and questions about their origin and intent. Journalist Michael Schellenberger presented a video found on the US Department of Defense's network showing a white orb UFO emerging from the ocean off the coast of Kuwait. Captured from a helicopter, the footage shows the orb moving erratically, changing direction and speed rapidly, and eventually being joined by another orb before both disappear into the water. But what could possibly explain these phenomena? Could they be misidentified natural occurrences, advanced technology from foreign governments, or is there something more profound lurking beneath the surface? Some researchers believe these sightings could be evidence of a previously unknown civilization of underwater beings. Others suggest they may be related to advanced underwater military technology developed by foreign powers. Yet, the capabilities displayed by these objects surpass any known human technology. Why would aliens choose the ocean as their hiding place? Or do they possibly own the ocean? Could they have inhabited the ocean before we even existed on this planet? The ocean is vast and mostly unexplored, covering over 70% of our planet's surface. We've explored less than 5% of it. Its immense pressure, darkness, and inhospitable conditions make it a challenging environment for humans to explore. For beings with advanced technology, the ocean could provide the perfect refuge, a place to observe us without detection, hidden in plain sight. The ocean's hostile environment, compared to the emptiness of space, might actually be more accommodating for a species accustomed to extreme conditions. Could the depths of our oceans, rich with unknown ecosystems and unexplored territories, be the ideal hiding spot for extraterrestrial visitors? Is it possible that while we've been looking to the stars, the real secrets have been beneath our feet all along? Could these underwater UFOs be evidence of extraterrestrial life that has been inhabiting our oceans for millennia? If so, what are their intentions? Are they observing us, studying our behaviors, or perhaps even influencing events in ways we cannot comprehend? NASA, the agency leading the search for extraterrestrial life, officially states that there's no evidence of alien existence, yet they are actively involved in the study of unidentified aerial phenomena. NASA funds and conducts extensive astrobiology research, exploring the origins of life and the potential for life in extreme environments. They've launched scientific missions like the Viking probes to Mars, the Cassini mission to Saturn, and the Kepler and James Webb space telescopes, all dedicated to finding potentially habitable environments and evidence of life beyond Earth. However, allegations have surfaced accusing NASA of suppressing information related to extraterrestrial life. Whistleblowers like former US Navy pilot David Fravor and former US intelligence officer David Grusch have come forward with claims that the government possesses evidence of extraterrestrial life and is actively concealing it from the public. These claims often involve recovered alien spacecraft and technology, as well as reverse engineering of advanced alien tech. Conspiracy theories suggest that NASA is complicit in a cover-up, citing unexplained events, leaked documents, or alleged suppression of information. Some even propose the existence of a secret space program, where governments develop advanced technology with the help of extraterrestrial beings. Why would NASA keep significant information under wraps? Revealing extraterrestrial life could trigger global panic, disrupt societal structures, challenge religious beliefs, alter geopolitical dynamics, and even lead to weaponization or an arms race with unimaginable consequences. Without transparency, we are left with more questions than answers. As sightings increase and inquiries multiply, NASA's silence on underwater anomalies becomes deafening. Why can't they, with all their resources and expertise, clarify these mysteries? Are we prepared to face the possibility that the oceans harbor secrets beyond our wildest imaginations? The evidence is compelling, yet the answers remain submerged. Unexplained objects, credible witness accounts, and the ocean's mysteries hint at something extraordinary beneath us. As deep-sea exploration technology advances, we may one day uncover the secrets of the deep. If you enjoyed this video, then you're going to love our next adventure. Prepare to be amazed. In Siberia, a mind-boggling discovery challenges our understanding of history. In 1969, miners discovered a perfectly preserved sarcophagus containing the Tizol princess, who is suggested to be over 800 million years old. Her pristine condition and a mysterious preserving liquid baffle scientists. The sarcophagus, with intricate carvings, contained advanced technology. Rumors swirl of government agents confiscating it and silencing those involved. Was this a cover-up of a lost civilization or something more disturbing? Explore the mystery of the Tizol princess, the evidence, and the alleged cover-up. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about history.
Siberia, 1969. A land shrouded in mystery, where the echoes of the past whisper through the vast wilderness. In the remote village of Rjavchik, a team of miners toiled in the depths of the earth, unaware that their routine day was about to take an extraordinary turn. Deep beneath the surface, a discovery awaited them, a secret buried for millennia, a relic of a time beyond comprehension. A strange sound, a hollow echo in the solid rock, led them to an impossible find. A hidden chamber, sealed away from the world, concealing a treasure beyond their wildest dreams. But this was no ordinary treasure. This was a mystery that would challenge the very foundations of our understanding of history, of science, of humanity itself. A sarcophagus, crafted from pristine marble, lay embedded in the earth. Within its depths, a secret slept, a silent sentinel of an age lost to time. The miners, driven by curiosity and a sense of wonder, dared to open the ancient tomb, unleashing a mystery that would forever change their lives. What they found inside was beyond explanation. A young woman preserved in the embrace of time, her beauty untouched by the ages. Who was she? Where did she come from? And how did she come to rest in this forgotten corner of the world?